It all began not with blood, but with the Membrana and this tweet in particular.
I remember that.
Yeah. The Membrana è un labirinto. Is a labyrinth. Yes. Labirinto is strange. We don't know a lot about him, you know? He doesn't seem to know a lot about himself. His whole memory thing down here, sees a door closing ahead of him. Bells ringing in the distance. Bells? Tenebris? A forgotten path.
And the fact that, oh my god, the fact that he remembered about Tenebris. I want to scream.
Once again, he finds himself traversing the labyrinth of his own creation, never seeking its end, never seeking escape, but rather seeking its origin. The membrana, is a labyrinth. Okay, I'm gonna say membrane. That's not the word for it. Okay, it's veil. It's whatever. Membrana. Okay, it's just easier. A lot of things in Ordem Paranormal is about balance. It's about tension. Yeah. It's about needing both sides. It's about how o outro lado needs realidade to exist because it feeds off the fear. And realidade needs o outro lado to exist because a lot of like the things that work in there are probably tied to the paranormal.
Yes.
Which means that if o outro lado disappears, realidade can't be any other way around. So there needs to be a constant tension and conflict. Just like stories need tension and conflict. Because no matter what people tell me, Selbit said, Ordem Paranormal is a perfect analogy, metaphor for an RPG, and I think that's beautiful, okay? It's all meta language.
Yeah.
Anyway, which means the tension. You need that. Stories can't exist without conflict. That's not how it is. The membrana is that. It is the point, the neutral point or the tension between realidade and o outro lado. The origin of it is when everything was made. And I think that is what Tenebris is concerned about. That's what they're interested in. It's that point, the fine thing.
So or like the Big Bang of the paranormal.
Not so much, but it's so something nifty said in one of these messages here
and
here
one
we go.
of the many.
Yeah. Keeping it vague. I think they're interested in the fact that the killers represent union. The killers represent passage. The connection, the act of two things merging into one, everything becoming one. This theme of passage is a recurrent theme of Ordem and had its importance dialed up to 10.
Here 10? Isn't it 11?
Oh, to 11, yeah. Passage, because that was the whole, like, the disconjuration is the moment of the two people melting. The membrane is the thing that's keeping. So it's that's what I mean. It's like it's that tension, it's the conflict, it's the balance in the story. And in my head, Tenebris is a form of like a shadow version or counterpoint or opposite to As Máscaras as well. I think they are linked, but like, yeah, there's like two schools of thinking here I found out. Okay. There's the people who think that Tenebris is like working with As Máscaras to make sure that the rules happen as they are, kind of like the SWAT team of the chains is what I called it on stream. And then there's what I'm thinking, which is they're kind of a counterbalance as well, of like being able to interfere with the strictness of it.
I think
because it's the whole like the control of the chains can be transferred or destroyed by Tenebris. So they have a certain amount of power.
Yeah, I think Tenebris might be in my head. Tenebris was always like a level above the elements.
I think they're a level aside.
Not like fear, but you know, like kind of in between.
So I think
Or
to
like the
me,
connection of fear to conhecimento or something.
we have like
I don't know.
fear here, and then we have the elements here and Tenebris here.
Could be.
So
I like that.
this.
Like a triangle.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's why I was like the shadow side or something. So I think they are countering the whole like entities controlling the chains of reality, but they can't take control themselves, which is why.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have the judge, the rules, and the like, you know, the whole thing of, yeah, in reality, in society. The ruler, the executioner,
like
and the yeah. God, wow, the worst. What if Labirinto was born in Tenebris? A cidade
You mean
impossível.
the killer?
Yes, Labirinto.
Okay.
Yes. A cidade impossível, born in an impossible city. That's why he's weird and messed up. And that's why, like, either he was in charge of kind of looking into this membrane thing, and the labyrinth of it, trying to figure out, okay, what is it? What is that point? The tension, where did it come from? How does it work? Or it's just like that's part of Tenebris's whole thing, and that's why he's constantly in that, but doesn't have like, as it feels like his connection to reality is different from the others, maybe because he has lived either his whole life or a solid part of his life disconnected in whatever Cidade Impossível is. This goes into anything, viewers, please. Look at the bottom of the screen.
Do not.
Yeah. I wonder also if, again, if we have this triangle, we have it instead of, so with the elements, it's medo elements. Tenebris.
Yeah.
But what if it is also o outro lado, realidade, Tenebris? And then in the middle, we have Membrana.
Yes. Could be. Could be.
So him traversing the labyrinth is also looking not to escape, but figuring out the links of how everything is linked. Like it's the thing that's like keeping them all together. So that's why, like, the forgotten path, bells ringing in the distance. We're leaving Tenebris, we're going into the labyrinth. Also, because, wow, look at the logo, huh? Look at the Tenebris logo.
Yeah, I thought of that when you said triangle. I was like, yes.
Okay, we moved it the
that
other
would
way.
make sense, wouldn't it?
Look at this. Wow. 3 cornerstones and something weird in the middle.
Okay.
And then you've got paths going between them in weird ways.
Yeah. There's like ways to go from one to the other. Who would have thought? Like a labyrinth. Who would have thought?
This whole Tenebris thing didn't fully begin with this comment, but afterwards, my thinking about it for a full day and a half was rewatching this, and a thing Nifty said to me in chat on stream, which was, I think it's kind of fun that they've just decided to have completely red windows back here. It doesn't make any sense, but aesthetically, it's a cool choice. And I was like, you know what? You're right. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That it makes no sense. This red light should not impact this as much. And the whole red thing here. And then I went down a rabbit hole of trying to figure out, is the light coming from solely from the inside or also potentially from the outside? And the question is, it's debatable. Because this right here is from the backside, where you can clearly see the windows are affected by the red, but the outside is not affected by the red. However, this is from the side of the warehouse, where you can clearly see the windows are affected by the white light, and the outside is fucking red. And then you have like some kind of red tint going here, and also reddish tint going down here. red outside. So the answer is inconclusive. It could be the way that like the tabletop, the area that they're in is set up, that they needed like red light source outside or whatever.
Yeah, to make it more reddish or something.
Boring to consider that.
Yeah, no.
So instead.
No, I think they were in the red space.
Yeah. What I joked about was, it's just the bell appearing, looking through, fun little looking, like being there at the beginning. And then I was like afterwards, wait.
But it could be.
Hold on.
Hold on
a second. Because remember what I said the vibe was of the very first abertura with the ritual? Yeah. It was like the ritual was like interrupting and intercepting something.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if that was part Tenebris intercepting the ritual that was happening? Because they're in the red fluxo, the red space, which is where they go to every single time the bell rings, every single time they have those memories. Yeah. And we know that at the very least, something in the ritual did not go the way Agatha thought it was. She seemed a little frazzled. She put it down to the fact of to her changing some things around, but she seemed confused. Yeah. Like I've the entire time been confused about this monster here and the description.
This
and
monster
I still am.
Pisses me off.
I know, me too.
It doesn't make sense.
No. And what if the reason it doesn't make sense is not that Agatha was lying about the plan, it's just that the plan never even began the way she thought it did, because Tenebris got involved. And the other part of this is, and this is what I'm still kind of going through. This red scribbles. Thank you so much, Spectrum, if you're watching this, who brought this up on stream. That no one's talking about, apparently. When the bell rang the first time in Hexatombe, it was described right after that by Selbit that when it rang, they saw the bell in like a red scribbly way, and that also Enhi turned into like when he got hurt and got like scribbly red outline type thing, almost as if like the interference, the vibrations from the bell took physical form in the shape of red scribbles. You know, when we were watching O Anulado, you were pointing out how it seemed strange that it had all these like moving red scribbles because it wasn't an Energia monster.
It was glitching in a way.
What if it was Tenebris? Because if those physical red vibrations are the interference of the bell, we had that in the monster. You know where else we have it? In the character sheets that they were. This is going back and forth between the same red glitchiness when they were choosing the agents.
Same on the intro, the official intro.
Yes, which links to the idea. Oh, and when we were talking about this looking weird, the stigma red scribbles. What if
it looks like very thin scribbles.
What if Nando didn't have this ability or didn't have like paranormal powers, or at least this one beforehand, and the reason it's drawn like this is because it's directly given to him by the bell.
Okay.
So the scribbles become the bell's calling sign. Because remember when I spoke about how it seemed like all of the teams had different some kind of cursed object that had those intentions linked to it?
Yes.
The intentions, the word, as far as I can tell, and I asked in Discord and no one disagreed with me, Tikas agreed that this was the thing, is something that hasn't been used for cursed object and such before Natama Capital.
Yes.
But it is used for the things that are linked to the killers in Natama Capital.
Yeah.
And it's used heavily in terms of the bell here. So what if the reason they all have some like red scribbly outline stuff is because the bell is somehow linked to the intentions in the mask, and the call
it could be 100%
is partly here calling those who have had like been connected to those intentions to them.
To those intentions, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes complete sense.
So this leaves with two main questions in my head, and I don't have an answer to either.
Okay.
Why did Tenebris intercept the ritual at the beginning? Was it to put their own people into it, so it's actually not agent orders, Ordem agents? Was it just to like cement their interference? Because I think, you know, the thing you've been talking about with like a corrupted mark. Izzy.
Yeah?
Izzy.
Yes?
Corrupted marks. Pedro talking about there being different kinds of marks. What if those scribbles, the weird marks that we saw on the estigmas, the headstone, what if they are Tenebris marks?
Oh shit, wait. Oh shit, wait. Okay.
Because I was
so you think wait.
This is new. This is new.
Wait. You think that they would all be connected to Tenebris just like Labirinto is? Or that Tenebris and the bell is influencing their original marks?
I think they've have two right now. I think because they're all, we know that they're all linked to the same estigma.
Yeah.
And if this here is a mark of Tenebris, that is potentially linked to the masks that they have as well. Because my thought was to say that I think currently we have an agent, for lack of a better word, who has is a marcado from how we know it. And then we have a killer who has been linked with the intentions of their masks and has some kind of like influence with whatever entity that is. And if based on what I've just said, the theory is that those masks are all linked to Tenebris through the bells.
Oh, okay.
And everyone in Hexatombe is linked to a mark, estigma, then maybe that's like a different type of mark. So we currently have two people who have two different types of entities, one from an outro lado, one from Tenebris, both trying to influence one body.
The same body. And that's why it's not working the way Agatha planned.
Yeah, and it's why we constantly have this feeling of they are both free and have choice, but are also somehow chained to something.
Yeah.
Because the conflict, the tension between two sides mixing a passagem, which is a major theme in Ordem, which the universe exists because of.
We cooked. Wait.
You see? You see?
Wait. And that also explains exactly why Agatha would be confused with them getting there too quickly. Because there's two things influencing them at the same time. It would be double as fast.
Yeah, because there's Tenebris pulling them towards the thing, and then there's like a voice saying, don't open it. because they're like, no,
Yeah.
don't ruin our fucking ritual.
There's a voice saying, "Don't open it," and there's also
their
the
blood
going there, and them finding other people that are just in the same situation that has the same blood
Yeah.
that runs somewhere, and them fighting each other way
Yeah.
faster than Agatha thought they would ever
Yeah.
get there.
And you know, the whole like Labirinto being connected either from Tenebris or having been in Tenebris and lost his spot
Yeah.
and is trying to go back. I don't know which of the two I'm thinking of more, but Labirinto was the one who brought the team of killers together.
Okay, yes.
So from the beginning, I think
he
that
knew something.
Tenebris, either in an attempt for him to get back to Tenebris, back into the labyrinth, or because Tenebris was like, we need this, we need our people on the ground here.
Yeah.
Was putting this team of people with the masks together to go into it, and then the order was like, we want to get it on it too, and then Tenebris said, excuse me, we were doing a plan here. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
And then they dropped in again, and now we have like several layers of people trying to get to the outcome of Hexatombe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
The second thing is, yeah, there's the whole thing like, what does Tenebris need from Hexatombe when it's their own fucking thing? But then also, was this, and now we're going into a section which I just realized you haven't seen this document yet.
Oh no.
But it's okay because we were talking about it before that document.
Okay.
Was this always a Singi Tenebris thing? Or was it ever just a Tenebris or just a Singi thing? I would love it if Tenebris fucking hijacked everything. They hijacked the team, they hijacked the ritual, and they hijacked the fucking ceremony and put their bells into it. It's a bit far, so I'm not sure.
It would work. It would work.
Like,
but I'm gonna say I think it probably was always there.
So
maybe it was like the balance between O Outro Lado and Tenebris is that sometimes Tenebris will do something for the Outro Lado.
Yeah, because I don't think
or
they're
necessary.
Like I think they're still intertwined with it, you know?
Yeah. It's a triangle. We're all intertwined with each other. It's like there's corners that we intertwine with each other.
Maybe this should be Realidade, and then this should be O Outro Lado and Tenebris, because they're like cousins.
Yeah, and then the sides are
and we're the neighbor.
The parts that
and
then Membrana.
Membrana. It's the triangles, I'm telling you.
Exactly. The triangles.
Wait.
It is a triangle.
It with the
and the fucking eyes beneath it.
And the it's the It's no, but it's
and the membrane in the middle.
But it literally is. But like it literally. But Izzy,
there's a giant circle in the middle. Yes.
But and little circle, big circle, triangle.
Wait, we're eating. We're eating this up.
Listen.
Look, and then there's the intertwine point, like right in the middle of the.
We take this, we turn it upside down. There's the fucking line downwards, and the lines outwards. Izzy.
I'm trying to. It is the same thing.
That is.
What does that mean, though?
Hold on. We have.
Oh.
Okay, either this is an intercepted ritual,
It might be.
or the Order is fucking working with Tenebris. I don't know what to make of this. That was drawn on the floor.
That was drawn on the floor. Are we sure that the Ordem drew that on the floor? It was probably Agatha.
That was the ritual,
Yeah.
you know, and then we have
That was their plan,
circle.
yeah.
Like, it's literally, it's right there.
Yeah. Or maybe they just knew that that was the symbol of the thing, but they didn't know how fucking insanely close that was to Tenebris.
They didn't know what they were invoking, and that's why...
Yeah. Maybe they didn't know.
Okay, so obviously there's a lot missing. Like, there's not a conclusion to this theory, because I can't say, like, it could be like Tenebris is working with Ujiabo to try and make the most pumped up Ujiabo possible for the fight of Kalamidaiji, and that's why they need Anhi or what. Like, I don't know.
Whoever's gonna win.
I'm not there yet, but I think there is something about Tenebris having been there all along.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I think I still agree with the thought of, like, maybe there's one moment that Tenebris is gonna work with each element.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or more than one, if this is a Sanguian conhecimento thing.
I think the bells must have conhecimento involved in them.
Yeah. Like, so more than one. Yeah. It will just, like, give as, like, a peace thing. Or this guy just as a intertwining. He's the, like, most conhecimento thing I've ever seen.
the powers come from the elements and otro lado. So that's like they're still pulling from the same source. Yeah. They just also are able to influence it, just like we are. We are able to, people in Realidade is able to use the powers from otro lado and influence them to their own outcome. But there's influencing from all sides, you know?
About the Ordem being involved with Tenebris, I don't think they would be, like, on purpose. But I'm also not sure. Can't be sure of anything. Yeah, no, that's the same shit. The same shit right there. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, just
people watching, what do you think? What do you think Tenebris wants? What do you think?
Spoilers. Make that very fucking clear.
Yeah. What do you think?
Because I'm not saying anything.
But it excites me that this makes you want to share something, because it means that you are able to make links to stuff we have seen, which means it makes it more likely.
I'm gonna say, there are questions that you ask that are really good questions.
Thank you. Listen, I've recently been told...
When you watch the other two, you're gonna understand why they're good questions.
Listen, I've recently been told by a writer of Ordem that I ask good questions in interview situations, but you know.
and they usually let you discover that Kian is actually Luciana in the... way earlier than you should.
He wanted to separate otro lado and end reality or otro lado for good, and was not actually on the side of the paranormal. Because I think, honestly, that's the more impressive part. Everyone's like, wow, you discovered who Kian was. Like, yeah, no, I discovered what Kian wanted. Like,
that's actually
I discovered that he was technically on our side, just differently, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, enough bolstering my own ego, because it's gonna be real funny to look back on this if this is all wrong. If it's all wrong.